How are we looking, Trev? You there, Trev? Everyone else right across the Riverland and Marion, right across the universe for that matter, on iHeartRadio. Locking it all at 9:00 this afternoon live from the Lakeside Oval in Barmera, round 8 Riverland Football League action. Robbie, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Lockie. Good afternoon, everyone. And a big thank you to Ben Lennon for the chop out this morning on 5RM Sports Saturday. Gave me the time to sort of cool me jets, Lockie, and put the spinnaker up so I could sail in here from Kingston on Road to Barmera today.
As I say, the breeze here at the Lakeside today, you probably just heard a bit of it there, and apologies if it does big up a bit. There's a bit of breeze here today. You've been in the nation's capital this week, Nobby, and we'll just chat on that quickly. Did you manage to get a chat with the sports minister or anyone like that, or not?
No, not quite. Had a nice little evening with the Governor General at his place. One, and then a not so intimate one with the Prime Minister at the Parliament House with about 650 other mayors and CEOs and whatnot. But no, did all the right things for the ratepayers of Loxton Wakery, as did every other council representative over there for their respective zones. Nice to get there and say thank you for all the help we've had during the flood season, Lockie, and tell them we might need just a little bit more.
Yep, Nobby, it is football this afternoon. I know you wanted to get that in to thank Ben, but yes, Ben Lennon is actually at Loxton and Renmark this afternoon, so we might soon get a few updates from him this afternoon.
So that's a game between Seeds 2 and Seeds 4, as they currently sit.
Yes, your Seeds did get a mention this morning. Just on this fixture here, Barmera, Monash, Loxton North. The last time these two teams played, Barmera, Monash got the win. That was at Panther Park. Since then, Loxton North have put some wins together. They are sitting equal top. Barmera, Monash, a little bit unlucky in some recent games. They are certainly in the hunt for finals this year, and today could be a season-defining day with the result of this match as well as the result of the Loxton and Renmark match. The way that those two games go could certainly set up what is going to be an epic run home to the finals.
Well, yes, it is, Lockie. And look, going back to my seeded system, which I know you really covet, and it's an ever-evolving system too, by the way, mate. And for our listeners, we have seeds. My number one seed, Loxton North, playing the 5th seed, Barmera Monash, on their home deck. But I've got a thought here that whilst the win means plenty to both sides, I'm thinking that perhaps means a little bit more to the 5th seed, because if they don't get over they don't start putting a few W's in their column, they're going to find out pretty quickly that there'll be a gap between them and the rest.
Well, they'd fancy their chances today because probably one of the top three in the Panther lineup this year, Zach Aldridge, he's in the civil attire this afternoon. He is not lining up. How's this for unlucky? He got injured at the interleague training. Not even in the interleague match. So interleague training.
A minor leg injury?
Yeah, I think it was a quad or a calf, something like that. So anyway, taking the week off, he's out of the side. You've got Will Schultz also out of the side today, and Tom Eleftheriadis also out of the side. So they would fancy their chances a bit today, Barmera Monash. They got a couple back in too, and just on that, we did see one of our favourites, Jake Smith, run through the banner. 200 A-grade games for the Barmera Monash Roos today, and I know he's not the captain at the moment, but he's been for quite a bit of time, but he's going to do the coin toss, which is good to see.
Up goes the Junkyard Dog on his 200th, going into the middle to toss the coin, and a two-time winner of the 5RM Football of the Year award.
Absolutely, and who knows? See, I heard a whisper he was going to maybe thinking about maybe winding down, but he's been he's got some new interest. Getting around.
Well, those three players you talked about from Loxton North, Zach Aldridge, their second leading goal kicker, and Loxton North winning the toss, Cody Vermade, and going towards the Sturt Highway end. So Jake not bringing that luck into the middle, but that's only a little bit of the game. So Zach Aldridge, you'd say the key forward, along with Ryan Proud for Loxton North. Will Schultz, one of their gun runners off the wing, and they'll miss him today. And Tommy Eleftheriadis, who last time we saw them play at Wakery was probably their hard nut over the football and won a lot of clearances for them. So three big outs, but three opportunities for other Panther players. And look, Lockie, we've got to give the listeners a tip. Who are you going to tip and why?
Look, I know I've got a lot of links to Loxton North, but I am back in the... it's hard for me to... I can't tip against Loxton North, but look, I'll say this. If the Roos won today, it wouldn't surprise me. I think there's a bit on the line. It's Ladies' Day here at the Lakeside as well. There is people everywhere. Cars are lined to the oval as well. We like to paint the picture here at 5RM Football. And you know what? I think today could set up a bit of a run for the Roos, all right? We'll run with that.
Nice try, mate. 1 foot each side of the fence. You've got to be careful, particularly if there's barbed wire along the top of it. And it lets...
Complacency is the biggest killer in anything, Nobby, and football is no different.
I understand where you're going. I really think myself, on their home deck, I will think Barmera Monash, for me, start favourites, because I think it'll be a low-scoring game, and that's right in their wheelhouse, Lockie, because of the fact that the conditions will mean a lot of the game will get played between the two defences, between the two half-back lines. And when I look through the lineup, I look at their hard ball winners, and I look at guys like Ben Drugamulla, Jake, the Junkyard Dog, Smith, and I look at a few others in around the ball, and with the Eleftheriadis out of the Loxton North lineup, I'm sort of thinking that maybe Barmera get their hands on the ball first and get first use of it. But in saying that, if the ball does get out into the open, gee whiz, Loxton North have got some runners, none more so than Alec Kudra.
Absolutely. Siren about to sound. Just getting the last few people off the oval here at the
Lakeside. Is there a ruckman in the middle? I can't see anyone that tall.
I've just seen
yes,
that.
There is. There's Judge Sherpick.
Yeah, Jordan Freeman in the ruck for the Roos. He's got the long sleeve on today. Umpire Todd Sharpen with the footy. We're about to get underway. 5RM Football. It's great to have it back. Round 8. There it is. The first siren. Ball goes up in the air. Freeman and Sherpick. No one really got a hand on it. It's Junkyard Dog Smith through the pack straight away. Gets it out to Di Michelle and looks up for Wilden. Can't find him. The Roos working hard. There's Drugamulla. He's a footy. Young charger.
Yeah, a good young player. And that was clever football by Trent Ogle. Not blazing it away. Finding Di Michelle short, who now drives. Oh, sorry, that was Wilden short, who drives it long. It's
a hot footy. This is deep in the Roos attacking end.
Yeah, young Ogle had that spent before he really got his hands on it.
Yeah, Fletcher for the Panthers clears it out. It's now centre wing. But the Roos get the free and they move it on quickly. A couple of quick handballs. Freeman and Whitbourne. Over to Fraser Sampson. Looks for the forward. Can't find the 24 and Sullivan in the side today.
Yeah, good defence work there by Jack Opes at centre half back for the Panthers.
And now the Panthers move it fast.
Here he is out in his wing. Didn't quite hold it long enough, but he's off anyway. Try and catch Alec Kudra when he gets moving.
Kudra moves it on quickly. Looks for Ryan Proud. Spills over the back. Still got a couple of players out. There's Jonty Coney. Finds Kudra again. Kudra puts the rockets on and goes around a couple of roos. Now drives it into the attacking 50, looking for a target. Justin Proud was there, got a hand to it, but couldn't mark it. And now this is where the roos excel, and I'll be clearing it out of their back lines.
Michelle working back in the back lines. He came to the club as a forward, but he's working back a bit there today.
Well, this is the one flaw that I think Barmera have, and it's not really having a target and a power forward, Nobby.
Yep, Josh Nelson getting the free kick right in the centre and driving the Loxton north side forward to Kudra. Couldn't quite bring the mark in at half forward. Ball on the ground. Out comes Proud with it, tries to get it clear, caught holding the ball. That'll be a free kick for Barmera Monash at half-back.
Yeah, Jake Smith takes the free. Just hold station for a second. Just under 2 minutes played. First quarter. Ball up the wing, contest, and out of bounds.
Oakes getting to the ball first there, Lockie, as the key defender, and he's going to make half forward a hard job for Barmera Monash today.
And that'll be the first ball in for the day. 2 minutes played on the Murray Pest Control clock. First quarter, Riverland football on 5RM. Ball in it is. Freeman and Sherpig. Good punch from Sherpig, but finds Jake Smith. He knows how to read the footy for the roos. Out to Sampson. Quick handball. Umpire Todd Charlton free there.
I think incorrect disposal against the Junkyard Dog. He's getting plenty of it, Jake. Kudra's right on his hammer, though.
And then they might bring a banner out every week for him. Quick handball onto Josh Nelson for the Panthers into the attacking 50, but
Dean Michelle sitting. Is he sitting in the key out? Oh, it's not Dean Michelle. That was Sam
Whitbourne.
Whitbourne, yes.
The 19.
Yeah.
It's an easy mistake. No, there's a bit of a distance here at the Lakeside. There's Fraser Sampson, the three-time Premiership Renmark Rover, now coaching the Roos. Well, and there's been another free. Might have spilled out of bounds there.
I reckon the coach was given a fair bit of latitude there. He looked like he didn't really get rid of that correctly, and he took him on.
So another ball in. This is on the town wing here at the Lakeside this afternoon. Barmera Monash taking on Loxton North, round 8, Riverland football. Oh, umpire says have that one again. That's a fair breeze, that young boundary umpire.
He's way in the ground, and I can understand why.
There is, there's not white caps at the moment, but there might be soon.
I'm thinking a boundary umpire should be able to sit out on the boundary line, kick a little drop punt in, a little 20-metre drop punt up in the air.
So another ball in. Umpire Linky says just outside the Panther attacking 50. Jai Drake reads it well, gets it onto Worsfold. It's a hot footy. But the Roos once again clear it out in their defensive prowess. Brent Ogle. Oh, ball smothered.
Back in after it, though.
Panthers still back themselves. There's Ryan out for the Panthers. He gets his hands on it again. A wobbly kick into the forward line. Going deep towards the goals. Can the Panthers make something of this? Alec Kudra trying to salvage something. But it's the Roos that managed to hold on to it and we'll get a ball up. Panther 4 pocket.
That Sherman's like a chip on a beach with 20 seagulls trying to get the same chip all at once.
Still no score on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard. And despite the best efforts of Caleb Coney for the Panthers, doesn't go too far.
Might be like the World Game, Lockie. It could be 0-all.
Good punch out of the ruck, but the Roos are going to clear this one out of their defensive 50. And just the speed, Nobby. Look at them go, motoring along.
Yeah, plenty.
Aiden Lyon there for the Roos.
Free kick given away by Scott Lewis to the Barmera coach. Fraser brings the ball
the game on. It's Joel Worsfold, but he was wrapped up. Ball spills out. Umpire says play on. Trying to clear this one out. There's Alec Kudra again. He one up, gets it out to Eckerman. Eckerman a kick up towards the painted 50.
Mark.
Yeah.
There we go.
Jonty Coney.
There's the first entry into the Growers Services Riverland mark of the day.
Jonty Coney, if you don't mind.
Under pressure too, and he's going to get a little bit of help here. They must have crossed the mark.
Okay, so this could be the first time the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard attendants have to work this afternoon.
Yeah, and I noticed the goal umpire not at that end is Stix McKinnon's at the other end. He's celebrating a 200-game milestone as well, but I didn't see the umpires run out through any banners or anything. It should be happening. Where's the rest of the 7th team?
Oh, I think they like to keep a low profile, but I think that should change just quietly.
Yeah, I reckon Stix would be fine running through a banner.
Jonty Coney on his way.
Nice
kick looks
leg.
straight.
That's
He's
a goal.
kicked it. There it is.
That was a really nice kick. Nice mark, nice kick. Needed the 25 metres, but it was a good piece of play.
Never in doubt. Back on loan from West Adelaide at the moment. It's probably the best way to describe that little situation.
Yeah, well,
I'm hearing he might be going back maybe next week.
3 changes on the bench here. The Junkyard Dog coming off of a spell. It's really the on-ball brigade. Ogle off as well. On comes Jack Barker, Aidan Hodgson. I would imagine I would never leave Aidan Hodgson off the ground. He'd have to have his tongue hanging out and be puffing like anything.
Yeah,
for me
he's young and fit, Aidan Hodgson.
Yeah,
he can stay out there.
Yeah.
So
Up goes the ball in the centre. Judge Sherpick, first hands on it, straight to Worsfold. He farms it back out to Scott Lewis, who gets Kudra in a paddock on his own out on the far side wing.
Justin Proud, he's the target. Majesty. I said my footy. Did all right to hold on to that one. So ball up. Panthers trying to salvage something out of this. Justin Proud tries to clear it out of the contest, but...
So Justin Proud's the in to replace Jack Woolridge.
Yep.
Not a bad in, even though he's probably played some of his better footy already. He's an experienced performer.
First A-grade game for the year today. Did see his parents here today. Not sure if maybe they think it could be it. I'm not sure.
No, well,
I say that with the greatest respect.
That's the beauty of having some of these guys continuing on in the seconds. Not only are they helping the young players in the seconds, but should you need them, they're there to be called up. And here he is with the football, Lockie.
I think he's got a few A-grade games left in him. I don't think today's it.
I do too.
Might be saying that jokingly.
Well, after he kicks this, he might be on the score sheet.
So, say 45-degree angle. Kicking from the town side. Gives it a roost. It's a wobbly old kick. It didn't... Oh, okay.
Off hands through
Off
for a
hands.
point.
Yep. I didn't think anyone had a hand on that, but they did.
No, and the Aquatic Weed Control Scoreboard, specialist in the treatment of aquatic weeds, algae and bioorganisms, that brings the Barmera Monash 0.
Yeah.
7-point lead.
Just over 8 minutes played on the Murray Pest Control clock this afternoon. This is what the Roos like, though. Although they're down, Nobby, they're not conceding too much.
Gee whiz, looking at the flag on the far side, I'm not sure if the breeze is favouring any end more likely the Barwell Avenue wing.
Well, I'm just keeping an eye on the lake at the moment as the Roos work it up their attacking wing. But Angus Shapley for the Panthers manages to get possession, kicks it back, but taken over the line.
I reckon that might have gone out from the kick, did it?
So
No, throw in?
No, the Roos going to get the kick here, or is it going to be a ball in?
Yeah, it looked like a kick in to me.
There's Aidan Hodgson.
Yeah. Good decision by the young boundary umpire. She was right on the spot.
Flicks it over to Ogle. Decides against playing on. Just hold station for a second. Sorry, Spilios. Down the line. Looking for a target. Couldn't get mark on it.
He attacked it, just needed to take it with one grab. So important to one grab the ball in these windy conditions because you don't get a crack at the second grab because it's blown away.
So ball up. Still Freeman and Sherpig in the ruck. Ball not moving too far.
Kudra farms the ball out to Worsfold. Worsfold to Lewis. Takes his time and finds a player at half-back.
As Shapley.
Yeah.
First A-grade game for the year today for Angus Shapley. So a loose footy. Panthers kicks it right into Judge Sherpig's.
Well, we haven't got an award for Player of the Day yet, but that was a great smother. Held the ball and moved it on quickly, did Judge Sherpig. What good play.
I don't know what you'd put that down in the stat sheet as, a smother and mark and kick in one. Dylan Petch with a footy, kicks up the line and finds Sherpig again. He's working hard.
This is a good duel in ruck for these two players. Both of them do a lot of work around the ground and aren't afraid to
finds
move.
Justin Proud, the forward for the Panthers today.
Playing a different role than you'd see from, say, someone like Zach Wooldridge. Zach tends to sit back, take a nice mark and kick bombs from a long way out. Justin just doesn't stop moving. Gives plenty of options, plenty of leads. Good foil for his cousin.
So, kicking from the reverse of the last set shot.
Let's hope he doesn't pull out another helicopter punt.
Gives it a bit for the wind, but gave it a bit too much.
I saw a goal kicked in the previous game, Lockie, here at the Oval. And that end, you've really got to start the ball out almost at the point post, and the wind brings it back in. So he didn't quite allow enough.
Yeah, unfortunate. So a minor score takes the Panthers out to 8 on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard, but the Roos waste no time in the kick out, but it's found Alec Kudra for the Panthers. And now the Panthers through Worsfold try to keep it in. No, taken out of bounds. Townside.
Kudra's closing speed is quite phenomenal, isn't it? The two Barmera players had 5 metres on him then, but by the time the ball arrived in the area, he was 2 metres in front of them.
I'd have to have a look around, but I think if you had a sprint of all the players out there today, you'd probably be in the top 3.
Nice work again from Sherpick. Found Lewis, but Lewis couldn't quite gather that in, and out it goes for a boundary throw in at the forward 50 metre line, town side for Loxton North.
Boundary umpire this time gives it a good throw in, and that's a great throw in all conditions considered. The Roos through the contest. There's Barker, and then Freeman, and now it's found its way to the Panthers, and Josh Nelson gets a good attacking kick, but it's going back. We've got a free kick here.
Free kick going back to Matthew Fletcher, I reckon, from Loxton North, who will now drive it back
Jai
in.
Drake.
Jai Drake, was it?
Yep.
Who finds...
I'm just trying to see who that is. Dylan Eleftheriadis, Dylan lefty, and looks up, finds but the Roos in their defence once again.
Oh. Danger. Tried to nearly cut off by a Loxton North player there in Mason Eckerman.
Here we go. So the Roos trying to clear this one out. There's Hodgson, his first mark of the day.
Yep. Very good player for the Roos.
Been a bit of a revelation this season. Goes the switch, finds a teammate. That's Whitbourne.
Yep. Back into the
Brings
middle.
it back in, finds Jake Smith. Oh, it was an ugly kick.
Yeah.
Dylan Petch for the Panthers got a hand in it, but the Roos still try and drive this one forward. They're trying to work this one into their attacking 50. Jake Sullivan there's working hard, but Scott Lewis for the Panthers clears it out.
Yeah, Riley Haig, quick chat to the young fella at quarter time. One hand in windy conditions is not the way to try and gather the ball in.
Alec Kudra with the footy again today. Certainly on track for what could be a big afternoon.
Gee, Freeman from Barmera Monash got up off the ground there, gained possession and drove it forward, but unfortunately the ball finds his opposing ruckman. It finds Nelson from Loxton North out in the wing, farms it out, back in the middle it comes looking for Wesley. Barmera Monash, the junkyard dog from Barmera, takes the ball and now across it comes. They're playing like mini-league across the oval at the moment.
Yeah, Nobby, your prediction of a game between two centre-half backs is coming true.
The only difference with mini-league is they have goal sticks across the oval.
Great mark from Hodgson, the centre wing for the Roos.
Gee, he was best on ground last time we were here watching Barmera, and he started off the same.
Looks for a target and manages to find Sullivan.
Yeah, I'm paying that mark every day of the week. In front, presented himself and got first 2, maybe 2 grabs at it. So not much Jack Opes could do about that. 14
minutes played. Kicks into the attacking 50, looks for Smith, but good punch from Cody Vomar, the Panthers captain, and that's out of bounds.
Would you say he'd be high up in the Loxton North best and fairest at this stage of the year? I've seen him play a couple of crackers. He never gets his colours lowered.
Cody Vomar could be, yep. Certainly a general on the half-back line. So the ball in, still no one able to get possession. Jake Smith dived on it, and umpire Linky, he's got the free. Righto.
He put a bit of mayonnaise on it, but he was being held, so he just wanted to make sure umpire Linky never missed it.
So Jake Smith is going to have a shot on goal. This could be the Roos' first goal of the day.
Yeah, Jack Oates from Loxton North's a big tall lad to kick over, and he'll kick this from almost right on the 50-metre line in front of the commentary box here.
Decides to wheel around, get a few more metres, gives it a roost. It's coming back, and it's not enough.
No, Sticks wasn't happy with that. It's just the one flag on that one.
A minor score, and that's the first score for the Roos this afternoon on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard. 15 minutes played.
Takes the margin back to 7 points in favour of Loxton North.
Josh Nelson, the former captain of the Panthers, takes the kick out, gives himself a few more metres, and then drives it lakeside.
Straight to Eckerman. That's who he's looking for. Sampson takes 2 tackles. It'll be a ball up.
The coach of the Barmera Monash Roos.
I don't think he had any idea of getting rid of that. He's surrounded by Panther players. He's quite happy for a ball up.
So Freeman's still in the ruck, but Hampel for the Panthers is in the ruck now. They've done the switch.
Eckerman gets the kick out of the pack, drives Loxton North forward towards Proud at half forward. Plenty of Barmera Monash players there to bring the ball out of defence.
There's D. Michelle again off half back.
They're not playing forward today, playing behind the ball.
Kicks it to what was space, but Scott Lewis for the Panthers manages to find the footy, brings it back inside, finds Joel Worsfold. There's Josh Nelson. He drives it wide. The switch is on. Finds Alec Kudra. He's got a helper in Eckerman, but decides against it, plays on himself.
I reckon
Bump there. Good bump from Wilden for the Roos. And Shapley for the Panthers now keeps it back in board and handballs, and that could be deliberate, and I reckon this could be a ball in, or is it going to get a kick, Nobby?
I think it might be a ball in. I've got a question for you, Lockie.
Yeah.
If you're tackled and you have to handball to get rid of the ball because you're being tackled and it falls over the boundary line, is that a free kick for handballing out of bounds?
Yeah.
So
Well, it is a clear possession, isn't it?
So it's like checkmate, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you're sort of screwed either way, really, aren't you?
Ball driven forward by Loxton North towards their half-forward line. Dylan, the left theory-outus, gets first look at it, but couldn't get a clean possession. Gets tackled to the ground. That'll be a ball up by umpire Linky right on the forward 50-metre line for the Loxton North.
See, the Roos are doing their rotations, and this is where these two teams differ a lot. Panthers are running that traditional style football, stay on until you're really tonguing it, then come off, whereas the Roos like that 7-8 minute burst, which is what we saw at Loxton North that day. Well, actually, I was there. You weren't.
Yeah.
That last quarter, it was evident the Roos were a bit fitter.
So that's when it comes into play.
Yeah.
When the petrol tank, when the light starts flashing.
And the Panthers were up in that game at half-time too.
Another nice hit out from Hampel there. But unfortunately, Barmera Monash bring the ball out of the pack, drive it forward towards Hodgson, fakes the handball out, gets it out eventually to Jack Barker.
Brings it back in board, looks for Hodgson. He couldn't mark it. Barker's still there, but the Roos, the Panthers and Barker, can he get this one out? No, he's wrapped up.
Adam Wesley couldn't quite get a handle on the ball, but gee whiz, he went back in hard and applied the tackle.
So
He didn't. Matthew Fletcher did, sorry.
Ball up. Inside the Roos attacking 50, nearly 18 minutes played. A goal just before quarter time would be what Fraser Sampson, the coach of the Roos, would be absolutely love.
Well, this is the way Barmera play, isn't it? Absolutely constrict the opposition side and try and keep it down to about a 5-goal each game.
What's the
hope they can kick more than 5.
What's the famous Formula One quote? Nobby, you've only got to win by the narrowest of margin, you still win.
Yep. Free kick to Jack Oates to the half back here for Loxton North. He goes wide looking for and finding Dylan left theory-outus who couldn't. That will be a boundary throw in.
We'll get a ball in. Still a fair bit of breeze here at the lakeside this afternoon. We outsold the... Could see a little sprinkle this afternoon. Yep. I was looking at the radar about a bit after 4 o'clock was what I could estimate, Nobby.
Only 3 minutes left on the Murray Pest Control clock in this quarter. With only 1 goal kicked, I'm thinking the time on won't be huge, Lockie.
Well, the surf to suit goal of the day leader at the moment is young Jonty Coney. He's got that one wrapped up because just the 1 goal scored so far. 1-2-8, Loxton North leading Barmera Monash, just the one behind.
He's also got the second leg of the trifecta, the mark of the day, because the mark of the day was a great pack mark he took to kick that.
Certainly been a handy in since being back from West Adelaide's under-18 side.
Here we go, out of the pack comes Lewis. Tries to draw the player.
Umpire says bring it back. It's a free kick.
That was a big advantage to Loxton North there. That was just reversed.
Probably was enough players that had stopped.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was marginal. Matthew Hampel with the kick. The ruckman for the Panthers bombs it into the inside 50, or the centre square rather, into the centre square was what I was trying to say.
Taken by Barmera Monash. Handball straight on. Ball comes out wide to Spilios on the wing. He quickly moves it forward, overshoots Freeman. And now Petch with the ball at half-back for Loxton North. Looks up.
There's Butterworth for the Roos. He's got the footy. Handballs back in board. There's a quick set of handballs. There's Spilios. Big handball over the top. Looks for Drugamulla. He wasn't tackled, but took the ball to ground, and he's held on. I reckon he's going to get a free here. He has. Well done to Ben Drugamulla. Kicks into the attacking 50 for the Roos. Aidan Hodgson was the target. He wasn't able to get it. Josh Nelson for the Panthers. A wayward handball. But
Lewis to Fletcher.
Brings it back in board and finds Josh Nelson again, just on the half-back flank.
Lovely bit of work there by Joel Westfold, who applied the block really by allowing Josh Nelson to take an uncontested mark.
That's half-back, but the Roos now on the Townside wing have got the footy out of the scrap on the ground. They're going to get a free too.
It's those sort of things Joel Westfold just did that you won't see on a stat sheet, but are so important to your team.
So the Roos with the footy, just got a player there that's...
In the last minute on the Murray Pest Control clock of the first quarter, Lockie, with a 7-point lead to Loxton North.
Trent Ogle kicks up.
Whoa.
Jack Barker flies. He couldn't mark it. Ball spills to ground in front, but they wrap it up and hold on to it. And we'll get a ball up on half-back, half-forward for the Roos.
Gee, Loxton North have added a couple of players, a nice bit of body strength, and Adam Wesley's one of them. Worsfold again, brings the ball out to Kudra, out to Petch.
Shapley.
Shapley, is it?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Shapley up. But
that's right.
Kicks to centre wing, and there's another mark there for the Roos. The Roos are really good on their defence this afternoon. They've stopped a lot of the Panther
Jake
drive.
Smith provides a lead. Ball shoots over his head, and also Wesley's as well. Back in goes Smith, gets the ball, out to Barker. One last chance, perhaps.
Butterworth, they got the footy, taken to ground.
He's not getting away from Joel Worsfold, and that'll be a ball up with literally seconds left.
There it is. Quarter time at the Lakeside. It's the visiting Loxton North Panthers 1-2-8 leading Barmera Monash. Just the one behind. This is 5RM football live from the Lakeside Oval. We will cross back to the sideline view studio with Trevor Scott and find out what is going on. Trevor, back over to you. This afternoon, which is, as early stages, I know, but Bury on their home deck, we always say you can't write them off.
Hey, look, a couple of observations, Lockie, from the first quarter here is I did note Sam Butterworth, who we haven't called much. I've noticed he's being tagged by Dylan Petch from Loxton North, so it'll be easy for me to make sure I don't get him confused with the other Loxton
Angus Shapley.
with Angus Shapley, because
Shap's got the long sleeves.
Yeah,
so,
okay, got that. Because Petch is actually not looking for the footy, he's looking for Butterworth most of the time. which is good, and he's managed to do it for a quarter. Interesting. I thought I thought Judge Sherpick and Ruck had a good first quarter, good opening start. Interesting to see how he'll continue. And look, Kudra on his wing was good and through the centre. I think maybe on a day like today, he might have to just down some of the tricks and get the ball forward as quickly as he can.
Just, what is it? Kiss, keep it simple.
Oh, look, I like the way he plays. He likes to feel a bit of body. He doesn't mind a contest. You know, he likes to get a player on him and then burst away from him. Yeah. So I don't mind the way he plays. I just think it might be time to sort of just focus on getting it forward as quickly as possible.
Yeah, ball back in the centre. Umpire Kayla Siriotis to get things underway in the second quarter. It is 5am football. Loxton North travelling to the lakeside to take on the Barmera Monash Roos. And the Roos get the first clearance and they go into their attacking 50. No one able to take possession. A quick handball out. Finds Sullivan. Sullivan running into an open goal. Has it made it? It has. And the Roos return serve and they are back in the hunt.
Yes, and barely time to get sorted before that went through. So a great goal, Lockie.
The timekeepers are telling us 19 seconds from siren to goal. It could be a record at 5am football this afternoon. Jack Sullivan, unfortunately, there's no award for it so far, but maybe the quickest goal of the day.
I reckon it remains an RFL world record until such time as we see one that's quicker, which I don't think we're going to.
Yeah, they got the Panthers really shocked then. And, of course, are we seeing a scoring end?
Well, look, I reckon, looking at the flag across the oval, it's starting to head that way. Just ever so
slight.
Yeah.
So ball back in the centre. Who's going to get the second clearance? Jake Smith for the Roos dives on the footy. A wayward handball there from the Panther and Eckerman. It's a hot footy in the centre and it'll be a minor score. No, minor score. It'll be a ball up rather. And we'll just write this one down here so we don't forget who's got the goal of the day so far. 24 of Sullivan was the goal scorer. The Panthers now kicking their attacking 50. Good mark from Caleb Coney. He's got the footy, gets it on quickly, but it was touched. No one able to mark it. And now that was a leg there.
Look, it was unintentional. He went for the tackle, flew for the tackle, did Tyson Kent, but unfortunately didn't quite make it. Slipped down Michael Mock's leg and gave him a free kick. He brings it out of halfback. Whoa!
Oh, great mark from Joe Worsfold, and that could be a contender for the Growers Service Riverland mark of the day.
That goes into consideration, Lockie, and so does this fella. Here comes Fraser Sampson, big mark at halfback, feeds the handball straight out.
It's one of our favourite sayings, Snubby. I think it's footy ping pong season at the moment.
Look, I think
it's going up and back all day.
I think it's just lifted a notch, this game, Lockie. Just the speed, and obviously the speed. The first ball came out of the middle to the goals was lightning, but I think the tempo's just lifted a little here. Dylan left the Eras, takes the ball out of ruck, drives it forward. Nice forward work, defensive forward work by Justin Proud. Knocked the ball clear of his Barmera Monash player. Petch following Butterworth into play, got the ball forward to Justin Proud again, who handballs out to Mason Eckerman, drives it to the goal square.
They all flew up. That was Caleb Coney that went for the mark. I reckon that might be a...
Caleb Coney looking to outdo his brother, but he's gone up a little bit early. And free kick.
Somehow Ryan Proud for the Panthers has got the free there. Maybe a push.
No, I'm hearing he was held in the pack, and the umpire never missed it. And here's Proud lining up for his first. Loxton North second. He's missed.
No, he's missed. Wow.
Sticks McKinnon on his 200th game there in between the big white ones. Said that big one didn't go through the big white ones.
Minor score for the Panthers, and that is very rare from Ryan Proud to miss one that close to goals.
Which gives them a 2-point lead over Barmera Monash on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard. 1-3 to 1-1. 9 plays 7.
So D. Michelle brings the ball out, now in the back lines. Finds Fraser Sampson. Kicks down towards half-back. They all fly up. No one able to mark it. Jake Smith gets front and centre. He is wrapped up, taking a ground. And the umpire says, my footy.
Gee whiz, for one of the blokes that's built closest to the ground, Joel Worsfold, he defies gravity at times, doesn't he?
Certainly jumping a bit today. No one able to take that one out. Oh,
yeah, good call by the umpire, yep. She's protecting the player going for the ball. Out the handball goes to Scott Lewis, who finds Coney this time, deep in the forward pocket for Loxton North.
They're all calling for it.
Look, this appears to be a tough kick from this pocket, but let me tell you, the pocket's not as deep as you'd think, but the breeze is going to take it away from the goals.
Panthers lead by 2.
So he's almost going to have to start it behind the goals to kick it through them if you think that can happen. I don't think it can.
Jonty Coney goes the drop punt.
Yeah, the breeze grabs it and takes it across the goals, knocked through for a rush behind, which takes Loxton North to a 3-point lead over Barmera Monash here in the second quarter on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard.
We've got a contest this afternoon. That's what we love in Riverland football season 2023.
I think you've always got a contest when you're playing Barmera Monash, a contest to try and get the ball forward to score.
Here's Mock. Handballs wide. Finds Di Michelle. He kept it just inside. I don't know if that one was in or not, but kept it going right in front of us in the commentary position. There's Coney in the bottom of the pack for the Panthers. Spilios is in there. Now Di Michelle gets the kick out of it. Kicks down to the wing. Wrapped up from Opes. No play on the
couldn't
call.
Couldn't quite hang on. Got his hands to it first.
And there's Sullivan for the Roos, who's getting more into the game, Nobby.
Yeah, Jack Opes finding the footy, just not quite finding it in his hands. Enough to just hang on, but he's getting to it first. Good signs.
So a ball in, just over 5.5 minutes played. Second quarter Riverland football on 5RM. No one gets the advantage and we'll go again.
Jai Drake in working hard. I reckon he's
back.
Potentially the next Worsfold for the Loxton North Panthers. Plays a similar style, not quite as adept at it as Worsfold is.
So a couple of hurried kicks out of the ball up contest, but it was Di Michelle that gets the clearance again.
Fletcher grabs it over to Nelson, who had to spend it quick, put his skipper under a bit of pressure there.
Now the Roos defensive pressure in their attacking 50 has held it in.
That's a win for them because that ball was coming out of their defence and now they get first crack at it. Over the top goes the ruckman, then Freeman tries to get it forward but can only get it to Opes from Loxton North. Out to Sherpick from Loxton North, who looks for Coney on the wing, but he's Barmera Monash opponent right with him.
Unable to mark it. Di Michelle tackled that one over the line, and Di Michelle's lifted a bit this afternoon, Nobby.
Playing in the back lines, using the ball well.
Sort of that hard man around the contest too. A couple of good gutsy bits of play out of a contest.
Well, really in the middle rather than the back lines. Ben Drugamiller grabs the ball first, ducks his head, doesn't get paid the kick, and neither should he. He ducks straight in under that.
So a ball up. Centre wing. What? It's Sullivan, Sherpick. Sherpick gets the advantage, but the Panther midfield is unable to make the most of it. Ball taken to ground. This might be high. No, it's not. We'll get another ball up.
It's Drugamiller again, in hunting the football on the ground.
Not moving too far this afternoon, is it?
No. Barmera fierce at the contest on the ground.
That wind's picking up a little bit. There's Sullivan again. That's Jack. Kicks up to the top of the 50, looks for a target.
Oh, nice kick. Barmera Monash player couldn't bring that in at the forward line. Out it goes to Hodgson. No, out to Jamison Whitbourne there.
The Roos still hunting here. Can they make this attacking inside 50 count?
I would say a great tackle there by Fletcher and the incorrect disposal. Comes out with the football.
So the Panthers get the free, but a bit of a wayward kick, and now the Roos go on the attack. There's Lehman. Handballs over to Dan Wesley. He was wrapped up before he really had it, and he's been done holding the ball.
Yeah, look, a bad error by the Panthers, but they got back in there to get the ball back. Vumard handballs it out wide.
There's Nelson. Brings it up to the centre square.
Almost the mark to Michael Mock. Couldn't quite bring it in. The ball goes forward for Loxton North. But mopping up across half back, Di Michelle again.
Yeah, here's Ben Drugamiller now, right in the centre circle. Finds Freeman. He's been taken by Justin Proud. A bit of a, what do we say, not a late punch there, Nobby, but just...
it was high and it wasn't at the football.
Yeah, so free kick, probably what it should have been. Oh, not marked from the Roos.
Yeah, the umpires are making all the players make sure they earn them today.
It was Sullivan there that was just a little bit wondering what was going on.
Very, very clever football by the experienced Nelson there. Being slow to the ball, putting his head over it, and the Barmera Monash player coming front on at him. Nothing else it could be but a free kick.
Yep. Breeze still pretty strong here at the Lakeside this afternoon. Nobby just looking at that flag,
and
sort of
up
shifting.
Up goes Lewis and takes a really strong mark. Another contender for the Growers Services Riverland mark of the day out there on the halfback flank for Loxton North. Looks up, and finds another Loxton North player on the wing.
That's Worsfold.
Oh, out of bounds by the looks. That's a free kick to Barmera. Barmera player takes the free kick, but kicks it into the man on the mark, who was Worsfold. What a comedy of errors that was.
That was Lewis that got the footy, but they say play on, and it's Jack Barker with no. Okay, umpire's going to bring it back.
It was incorrect disposal against Lewis there, and the free kick going to the junkyard dog, I reckon. Wilden, is it?
Wilden.
Yep. Similar stature, kicks the ball in the other foot.
Wilden.
With the other foot.
Kicks into the attacking 50, looking for someone to mark it. No one did. Dan Wesley took the footy to the ground. Panther defenders working hard to clear it out. Holding the ball, and the Roos are going to get a free here. And that's Ben Drugamuller with the footy. He's going to have a shot on goal. 40 out, directly in front.
Look, a lot of work to the first goal. After the first goal was kicked in 19 seconds, we now find ourselves with nearly halfway through the quarter before the next opportunity comes for Barmera Monash.
You'd almost call it 5 goals will win this match.
Well, that's how Barmera like it. That's about what they kick every week, isn't it? About 5?
Drugamuller, ball's on the way, and minor score. Just, yeah, so unlucky there. They bring the margin back down to 2 points.
I can give you an update on the goal kickers, just in case you're wondering. Loxton North, 1 goal to Jonty Coney in the first quarter. Barmera Monash, 1 goal to Jack Sullivan in the start of the second quarter. And that's it.
So, bring it up to back pocket. That's Opes with the footy. Looks up, but no, it's the Roos now that have managed to get this one. That's Albrecht with the footy.
Playing his 50th game today, Jack Albrecht.
So Jack Albrecht can bring this one back, and they might be able to have another
nice
crack at
kick
it.
into the middle, and he finds Hodgson, who takes the mark for Barmera Monash 30 metres out, directly in front.
Hodgson with the footy, going for a shot, not far from where Drugamuller just missed one from before.
Nice work from Jack Albrecht, the Kingston on Murray product. He comes off for a spell after that.
Ball's on the way. Oh, it's a bit closer, but brings it back down to 1 behind the difference. Yeah. 1 goal for Loxton North, leading Barmera Monash 1-8.
Reckon it might be 139.
Oh, sorry, 139, yes.
1 point.
Yes, 1 point.
Ball coming out again from fullback, from Nelson. Back into the middle. Drugamuller, Butterworth this time with the football, but chopped off by Worsfold, who drives it out and finds Coney, who takes the mark, plays on, has a bounce through the middle, drives the ball forward for Loxton North to Proud, who gets himself free from Aiden line and takes a mark. You can't play Ryan Proud body on body when the ball's coming in like that. He will make sure he protects where the ball's going to drop. And I don't think he realises, but the player has moved back off the mark by about 4 metres. And I think the umpire's standing in line with it, but she's quite a bit away. Nice shot at goal here, 30 metres out, directly in front. Proud likes it. He's clapping. It's through. It's the second goal for Loxton North. Takes them to 2 goals for 16, leading Barmera Monash 139 on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard.
Yeah, so Ryan Proud joins the goal kickers this afternoon. Just a party of 3 so far. Yep. Jonty Coney, Sullivan and Ryan Proud joining just before. So a close game this afternoon at the Lakeside. 13 minutes played, second quarter.
You could see that quick movement of the ball.
So ball back in the centre. It's going to be umpire Linky with the footy that's going to get this one underway.
So that ball moved forward by Loxton North quickly by Coney, who broke the line in the centre, drove it forward to Proud, and Proud one-on-one in the forward line, making the most of it. Out comes the ball out of the middle. Lewis tries to bring it out, but here we go again. Interception by Worsfold, farms it out to Vumard, on to Kudra, who drives it forward. Proud once again one-on-one, able to hold his player out of the ball.
Great mark.
He held the spot where the ball was going, and Lyon, unfortunately, not with the strength, the body mass, or the ability to get to that spot where the ball was going to land. There's only one bloke that knew where that was going, and that was Ryan Proud. He protected the spot, and he's having a shot literally from the exact same spot he just kicked the last goal.
So Ryan Proud, can he be a consecutive goal scorer? He puts his second in the book, and the Panthers extend the lead after what's been a very tight start this afternoon at the Lakeside.
Yeah, it is. And look, that's all of a sudden sort of, you wouldn't say broken the game apart, Lockie, but 2 quick goals like that from Proud, and once again he's had an effect on the result of the game today.
Certainly has. Just had a quick update through from Loxton. It's Renmark leading 29 to the Loxton Tigers 13 just into the second quarter. We'll keep any wrap for that one this afternoon. Also, of course, the Berry-Wakery game that's going on at Riverland Football League headquarters. Pretty important games all around the Riverland this afternoon, it must be said. Being a very tight, contested ladder this season.
All of a sudden, you can see the benefit of having an open forward line, moving the ball quickly to Proud, giving him a chance one-on-one.
So, ball back in the centre, no one able to pick it up. And there's Tyson Kent. First time I think we've caught him this afternoon.
Yep.
Hands it over to Joel Worsfold.
He's having an effect on the game, Joel Worsfold. He's doing it all. Tackling,
He wraps up
bringing
Jack
it
Barker.
out. He's the prime mover in amongst the ball. You know how we said maybe without Tom Leftheriadis today, the Panthers might struggle around the footy for strength. Forget I said that. It's all being provided by Worsfold.
Umpire Linky to ball it up, centre wing. No one seemed to want the ruck contest.
Lovely hit out by Hampel. Hampel to Vumard.
Now it's into the attacking 50. Justin Proud for the Panthers. He got a foot to it, but it was only a soccer. The young Roo defender goes to ground, and
It's Rory Moore, I think, Lockie, at the bottom of that pack. Yes, it was. He was waiting to be tackled because he didn't really know where he was going to take the ball.
so a ball up just inside the Panther attacking 50. Good tap forward from Jack Obst. D. Michelle for the Roos seems to read the play so well this afternoon. And they clear this one out just. No, they're working hard. There's Mock. Wesley's in there again. Desperately looking for the boundary line, and they get it there.
I thought Opes was having a run on the ball, but I see he's followed his man up. I think he's on Freeman. Yes, he is in the ruck. He's. I see Hampel set up behind the play.
Oh, no, that is Max
Max
Schenkel.
Schenkel. I
Max
thought
Schenkel.
it was too. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Got the headband on.
Yeah, the whole bit.
They've both got the headband on, though. I think... oh, nice kick. Coming back.
Ooh,
No.
goes to the far side.
I think he's lucky that the advantage wasn't paid, Alec Kudra, there, because he missed. High tackle to Loxton North captain Cody Vumard, and he will take the free kick.
So it's being brought back here.
Yeah, he'll take the free kick. So it's Schenkel that's gone into the ruck, and it gives him a fair bit. He can jump.
Sort of seeing this, the Panthers have got a lot of options realistically.
Quick question, Lockie. Is
Yeah.
Schenkel dressed up like Jack Obst, or is Jack Obst dressed like Max Schenkel?
Well,
Which way is it
Max
going?
Schenkel's a bit older, so I'd run with that. So
Which way is it
I
going?
think Obst is dressing like Max Schenkel.
Oh, back to centre half back, skipper. He's
Yeah.
missed that one to the left, has Cody Vumard.
He missed his. He
Yeah.
just missed out on his forward line audition this afternoon.
But the score goes to a Loxton 3-goal 5-23, leading Barmera Monash 139 on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard, Lockie. So a handy little lead here to the Panthers.
So the Roos will bring this one back in. 17 and a half minutes played, second quarter. Wouldn't want to leak another goal, and they'd love one before they go into half time. It's Butterworth that brings it out. Looks up.
Nice kick to
Finds
Barker.
Sullivan.
Nice kick to Sullivan at half back.
Sullivan with the footy.
See, all of a sudden, Barmera are finding it difficult to get out of their defence.
Good mark there from Ben Drugamola. Then up. Finds Lehman. Lehman on centre wing.
Interesting match-up there between Matthew Hampel and the Junkyard Dog. I think the Junkyard Dog might have the points there.
Here's Mock with the footy taken to ground and a tackle, but it's going to be a ball up.
Quite a pack of players just basically following the ball around at the moment.
It's a little bit Oz kick-esque, isn't it?
Hampel up back in the ruck here because it's coming his area. Ball coming out. Vumard couldn't quite get his hands on it. Drugamulla for Barmera coming out with the ball but couldn't get it clear. Back to the umpire it goes.
Just had a text through from Jacob's mum. Jill, yes, one of them needs to get a haircut.
What about both,
So,
Jill?
I mean, if she's getting confused, what chance do we have this afternoon?
Thank you, Jill, for helping out the commentators.
So the Roos now trying to work this one forward, approaching their half-forward line, but...
Worsfold farms the ball out again. Unfortunately, Kent turns it over, kicks into the man going past, who was Jamison Whitbourne, who gets the ball forward for Barmera Monash to the forward line. So one-on-one.
The Roos have got to make something out of this.
This time it is Opes in the play.
They got Freeman in there as well. Both ruckmen are having a rest down there at the far end. But it's managed to find its way out to Tyson Kent for the Panthers.
Yeah, brings the ball
Hot
clear.
footy, gets a handball over to Kudra. Looks for Vomard, but he missed it. Now taking a ground there from Dan Wesley from the Roos, and it'll be a ball up.
Kudra looking to farm the ball up to a player running past. Unfortunately, there's no one fast enough to run past him.
So a ball up just on the edge of the centre
He's
square.
limping a bit here, Alex Kudra.
Barmera
Might have copped
end.
a bit of a corky here. The ball comes out from Schinkel this time. Farms it out.
Looks for Justin Proud, but great intercept mark there from Fraser Sampson from the Roos.
Sampson has slotted himself behind the ball. I think that's a hang-on job till half-time with just under 4 minutes left on the Murray Pest Control clock. I think Sampson's gone into defensive mode here to try and protect the scoreboard.
Michelle down the northern chute, lakeside wing, looks up to
His worst fault again off half-back.
Racking up a lot of kicks,
Back
the
to
Panther
Kudra.
defenders.
Kudra through, finds Wesley, who drives the ball towards half-forward. Oh, nice chop out there by Leftheriadis. Keeps the ball rolling towards the goal lines.
Justin
Gets
Proud
it back
tried to get
again.
it. Oh, has this gone through?
Oh.
Oh, that would have been the goal of the day for
I'll tell you what, that would have been the
Loxton.
serve to suit Loxton goal of the day, but I'm going to give it the serve to suit Loxton point of the day at this stage. That was good play by Leftheriadis.
So it's back with D. Michelle.
Deserved a goal if you're a Loxton North supporter.
Just short of 21 minutes played, second quarter, getting very close to half time.
Yeah, 3 minutes left on the Murray Pest Control clock, Lockie.
Enough time for a goal from the Roos. They better be quick.
Well, there is. Only need 20 seconds. That's all. 19 seconds is all it took them to get the first this quarter, but they haven't been able to repeat the dose.
Sampson on half-back with the footy.
Yeah, he's definitely looking to sort of settle the troops here, isn't he?
Kicks to a contest. Ball spills forward. Panthers manage to gain possession and work it out.
This time the
Oh,
junkyard dog's got to pay the penalty for his brute strength. He shoved the Loxton North player out of play once they got rid of the footy, and it was Eckerman, or is it Worsfold again?
That's Nelson.
Josh Nelson. Gee, he'll be happy. I thought he was Worsfold.
Justin Proud managed to take the mark.
Leftheriadis gets it out towards Schinkel. He's had a burst this quarter, hasn't he? Here's Worsfold. Across to Lewis. Lewis with a shot at goal from 40 metres out.
Oh!
Hits the pine. And the ball bounces back. That's a point.
A minor score.
Takes Loxton North to 3-7-25, leading Barmera Monash 1-3-9, a 16-point lead. Ball comes out our way. Trent Ogle picks up the loose ball, farms it out.
It's for Hodgson.
Back to Hodgson, looking for someone to give it to. Moving, this is Lehman, a long way from goals. Now drives it forward for Barmera Monash.
I like that. Just kick to space. Manages to find Whitbourne. Oh, no, sorry. O'Reilly Haig. Haig up into the attacking 50. Dan Wesley's there. Come on, Dan. Can he score this one? Sockers it through. I reckon that might... Oh, it's a minor score.
Do you know what? That was... If using the scoreboard analogy here where it's 3-1, that was taken by the keeper. Saved by the keeper on the goal line.
I just saw Coach Fraser Sampson coming off at that exact same moment and he turned his back to it. I think for good reason. He didn't want to see it.
Nelson bringing the ball out of defence, finds Worsfold at centre half-back for Loxton North. He's called to play on.
This is very similar to the corresponding match at Loxton North, Nobby.
Shoots the ball out to Scott Lewis at half-back, who slows it down, farms it back into Vumard.
The Panthers had more scoring shots that day.
They're having a lot more possession here too.
And this was very similar, but it was after half-time in the fourth quarter that the Roos really came into their own.
Big switch across to Leftheriadis, who gets a hand on it before it goes out of bounds.
And the sun's come out a little bit more at the lakeside now. It's five-arm football.
The boundary umpire's called it being across the line before it was touched. I'm wondering whether it's a really good call or she just didn't want to run down there from 40 metres away.
25 plays 10.
Either way, she's done a great job. I'm sticking with her.
Time ticking to half-time. Dan Wesley with the footy.
Minute to go on the Murray Pest Control clock here at the moment.
So what can Dan Wesley do here for the Roos?
Well, now that he's held play up, he's going to have a deliberate shot because the siren will sound probably when this ball is either in the air or when it hits the deck.
Gives it a roost. Looks half all right off the boot. Can this one make it home? Falls short. Front and centre. Can the Roos manage to salvage something out of this? I don't think they can. The Panthers clear it out.
Out it comes from Worsfold again, working hard in the back lines. Takes a 1-2 and clears the ball out of defence and finds a teammate on the half-back flank. who chips it into Kudra at snap back. Down they come the middle. There will be no time to score here. Time ticking away for the Panthers. Nice work by Coney on the wing. Tries to get hold of it.
A missed opportunity.
Sullivan up to the job and Butterworth grabbing the ball, shooting it out wide to Ogle. Or not much of a kick forward, but he did move it towards his own goals. And that's half-time, Lockie.
There it is.
Here we go. The score at half-time on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard. Loxton North Panthers 3 goals 7-25, leading the Barmera Monash Roos 1 goal 4-10, a 15-point lead to the Panthers at a half-time here at Barmera Monash Oval.
Yep, it's going to be a thrilling second half of the Lakeside. Don't go anywhere. I'll hand back to Trevor Scott in the Sideline View studio at 5 a.m. and find out what's happening around the place. Trevor Scott, over to you. And a win this afternoon could see them cement that final spot just a little bit more. As it stands, half-time, Loxton North 3-7-25 to the Barmera Monash Roos 1-4-10. Nobby, it was a very close first half, but the latter part of that second quarter, the Roos managed to get a couple and extend the lead.
Well, Barmera Monash started the quarter. You couldn't start any better or faster that second quarter. They kicked their first goal and only goal, apparently, unfortunately, in 19 seconds. But, however, Loxton North later in the quarter, 2 goals to Ryan Proud, the league's leading goal kicker, has put the margin out to 15 points. And his scoring has been the difference, but the play has been tight, as we expect from Barmera. They play a very defensive role around the footy. And, the goal kickers for Loxton North, 2, of course, to Ryan Proud in that quarter. The first goal of the game to Johnny Coney. And the goal for Barmera Monash to Jack Sullivan. Good players for the leaders. Johnny Coney's had Alex Kudra's had a pretty good crack at it. Alec has. Josh Nelson's had a bit of the ball. Cody Vimard's done his bit across the back line. Thought Judge Sherpick's effort in ruck's been pretty good. And Joel Worsfold, well, he's probably their best player for me. He's getting plenty of it around the middle. For Barmera Monash, with not in any particular order, I think Ben Drugamore has done his normal bit. Jake the Junkyard Dog Smith in his 200th A-grade game, he's had a dip. Samuel D. Michelle Lockie, he's been good in an unfamiliar role that we've seen. He's been across the back lines and played very strongly. Aidan Hodgson got a fair bit of the ball, and Fraser Sampson's done his bit. There's been a lot of bit players amongst it, but they're probably the main players for each team. So here we are, Barmera Monash coming out facing a 15-point deficit, and it won't be a matter, Lockie, for them to hang on and try and stop Loxton North from scoring. They have got to kick a winning score themselves.
They certainly do. Look, they've tried a couple of different things today. Obviously, this issue isn't unknown for the Roos, and I don't mind what they're trialling today. They've got Sullivan up in the forward line, which we saw did result in a goal. D. Michelle has been, as you said, their forward for the better part of this season. He's now on the back lines, and I'm liking that on half back. I think he's giving them a lot of drive, but that's not where, as you said, the Roos are falling down this year.
Look, and he hasn't had many opportunities, but look, someone like Reece Lehman has got to do what Ryan Proud just did for Loxton North in that quarter. He's got to take a couple grabs, create some opportunities up forward and have a couple of shots on goal. But in order for him to do that, he's got to get some delivery out of the forward, out of the middle. I reckon other player I probably didn't mention much. I thought Max Schenkel had a good second quarter. He did a bit around the ball. And Scott Lewis, he rolls around collecting the footy and using it at almost 100% efficiency. So apologies to those two guys for not mentioning them. Where do you think Barmera Monash can lift to get this?
It's really across half forward into the 50, really, isn't it?
Yep.
That's really it. I think their defence and everything else is probably all right. Ball back in the centre. Umpire throws it up, gets things underway. Kudra gets a handball out of there. Sherpick was pushed out of the contest. And there's Hodgson for the Roos that manages to get it out to Barker. And now the Roos link up with a heap of handballs.
Yeah, handball from Jack Albrecht there. Shoots the ball out wide. But Vumard takes a mark.
Great defensive mark on half-back from Cody Vumard.
That goes into the Growers Services Riverland pool for mark of the day. It was a juggled mark, but it was a strong mark.
Finds its way over to the boundary and manages to keep it in.
Ball gets shot forward. Hicks Coney, manhandled trying to get to the ball by his Barmera Monash opponent, and he will take the free kick halfway between centre and the wing, farms it out to Lewis. You'd be thinking he will find someone. Yes, he does with a handball. To Worsfold, dodges a couple, kicks it up in the air, gets it back. No, it's Wesley gets it back. Gee, that wind's picked up, starting to really roll towards the bowling club end, which Barmera are kicking to.
And here we go, the ball
That's
into the 50.
Long kick.
You've got the Roos outnumbering the Panthers. Fletcher's there for the Roos. The Panthers manages to get it out, and that is out of bounds, and that will be deliberate.
Look,
that'll be a kick.
That wind has come up, and it's now favouring an end, and at the end it's favouring is the bowling club end.
That was Vomard that kicked that one. Really didn't have another option, though, so probably the lesser of two evils there.
So if Barmera Monash are going to get themselves back in the game, this is the quarter they have to do it, because I reckon they've got about a 5-goal breeze behind them, but that's normally a whole game for them, isn't it?
Yep.
Maybe they'll do it in a quarter.
They're kicking with the breeze here. The breeze is certainly picking up. I'll just shut the commentary box door here, Nobby, so we can keep an lid on our paperwork here in the commentary box.
Now, this free kick to Barmera Monash is on the far side, half-forward flank. It's almost right where the 50-metre line intersects the boundary. In it comes.
Yeah, that was Wesley that palmed that one off.
Brought it into Fraser Sampson, who's drifted up the ground. He brings it across to Freeman.
He decides to hold station. So
it's still 50 metres from goal after those 3 kicks.
Now they go for the inside 50 kick. Spills through about 3 players. It's through the slips cordon. But can Wesley slot this one from the pocket?
Missed.
He can't.
That was better movement of the ball for Barmera Monash. After they did move the ball across slowly, they quickly moved it forward.
Dan Wesley up forward's looking all right. He's a... You said they need a Ryan Proud, Barmera Monash. Don't they?
Just got to bring the ball to ground to give some of these younger fellas a crack.
So Josh Nelson for the Panthers brings the ball back in. It's outside the 50. It's just on half forward for the Roos. 60 from goal. Umpire throws it up.
Sherpick again.
Taps over the back, but...
Finds Worsfold again.
Taken to ground. Lewis around the ball.
So you're thinking the final quarter could find the Panthers out on rotations, Lockie?
Well, we're just trying to work out. So the Panthers would be, if the breeze stays the way it is, they'd be going home with the wind.
Ogle gets the ball, cross to his captain, handled 3 times. Probably got a little bit of a high one, but he had plenty of time to get rid of it. And the umpire judged that he didn't get rid of it in correct fashion. Dylan, the left Iriadis, comes up with the football, looks to switch it, but then decides that was risky. Goes to Worsfold with a handball, who kicks the ball forward, but unfortunately finds Butterworth at half-back for Barmera Monash.
So Butterworth drives it straight up the guts, looks for Wesley, spills over the back, and there's his brother Adam. He manages to mop it up for the Panthers. Yes, brothers playing for 2 different teams.
Used to play for the same team.
Yeah, not either of these ones.
Yes.
Well, now the ball brings its way across the 50 arc.
That is a Growers Services Riverland Mark of the Day contender from Josh Nelson. Not a big one, not a spectacular one, but a courageous mark.
So he's got the mark on the defensive 50 and decides to bring it wide. Shapley was caught off guard, but Eckerman gets it. Now handballs to Shapley for the Panthers. Handballs over the top, out of bounds.
Now that will be a free kick.
Wing.
Kent couldn't quite get hold of that. He's trying to tell the umpire he touched it, but we saw it up here, Tyson, and they did down there. You didn't get near it.
That's Whitbourne with the footy for the Roos. He kicks into the attacking 50, looks for Wesley, and a great mark. That's Dan.
If we'd gone to the snicko on that, there'd be no marks as that ball passed his hand.
What, the hot spot last night, Nobby, or the snicko from
Edgbaston? You called it, Lockie, that Wesley could be the dangerous forward, Dan Wesley, and he does move around, and he has created opportunities. He had a snap at goal from the forward pocket, which was almost impossible. This shot at goal is, you'd say, from the Ryan Proud sweet spot from last quarter.
Yep, 35 straight in front. Ball on its way. Oh, it's a wobbly old kick off the boot, and it's missed a lot.
Wow. Lehman just reached in and got a finger on it to stop it from going out on the full.
Frightening. So it's 25, Loxton North leading the Barmera Monash Roos 11.
Boundary throw in the forward pocket for Barmera Monash. Sherpick gaining in strength week by week. We watch him play. I mean, he pushed that. He managed to hold his strength under that football against Freeman and maybe moved him out of the way.
The Roos have really got to make something out of this because there's a long way to go in this game. And
through comes Adam Wesley, beats his brother to the football and clears defence for Loxton North. Straight to Coney. He takes the mark at half-back, looks up quickly. Oh, set.
Centres the ball. Sullivan got a fist onto it.
He settled left theory out. It's a bit of a contract there. The ball went in too high. Out comes Wesley again, Adam from Loxton North. Chain of handballs from Worsfold. Out to Lewis. Lewis pushes the ball forward to Proud.
Justin, that is.
Yep.
Wrapped up, taking a ground, holding the ball.
Look, not a bad decision. He had a bit of opportunity to punch it out, I think, to clear the area, but he'd have someone on him. But I think good umpiring, though, just the same, very consistent.
It was Bonnie for the Roos who managed to get a quick handball away. Drives it up to the top of the 50 arc for the Roos. Can they make something out of this? It's going to be a ball up.
Justin Bonnie, younger brother of Chris Bonnie, formerly played for Barmera Monash and also Loxton North. And before that, both those lads kitted out in the green and gold at Marook Kingston Warriors, Lockie.
Their former, now defunct, in recess. Not sure what the current legal situation is with that entity there, Nobby. But,
well, there's a few of them out there.
well, there's a groundswell, is there?
Yeah,
We're looking out.
Jack Albrick was another Kingston on Murray, another Marook Kingston footballer, playing his 50th for Barmera Monash today. Sherpick, first hand on the ball, straight to Lewis, couldn't clear the pack.
So another, we're going to get it.
Lewis, he was grabbed after he got rid of it, fair enough.
So they'll get the free.
Gets the free at half back. Umpire calls him to go on with it, and he does.
Drives it wide to the town side.
Schenkel.
No one able to grab it, and then the bruise through Butterworth, intercept it and bring it into the attacking 50. There's Wesley, great mark. Just holds on for a
Lehman
second.
all on his own in the square.
He nearly
Wesley
played on.
Cannot get it to him though.
This is
Now
Dan
he's
Wesley,
manned up.
so
Now he's manned up. He's going to have to kick this now. He's going to have to go back, have a shot at goal, and kick it.
he's all of 50 out.
Reece Lehman had made space, got to the goal square, all on his own.
Only 10 around from the boundary.
Look, distance won't be a problem.
Comes in.
Straight down the ground. He's got the
Ball's on its way. Looks right off the boot. They're not moving too much. Oh, minor score.
Yep.
So
Sherpick
1 goal,
helping the ball through.
6-12. Barmera Monash trailing Loxton North 3-7-25. Just short of 8 minutes played on the Murray Pest Control clock, third quarter. Josh Nelson for the Panthers with the footy, brings it back in.
Lovely kick
Tries to drive it over the
lovely
defensive
kick
50.
to Kudra. Finds him at half back. Takes the mark.
Just waiting for someone to move.
Looking for a Loxton North teammate. Drives it up to the wing for Loxton North. But only Barmera Monash. And I reckon that's Butterworth for Barmera Monash out there again. Starting to get a little bit of the ball across half back.
It's Bonnie with the footy now.
Bonnie, is it?
Bonnie with the footy.
Justin Bonnie drives it in. Looks for Butterworth actually, and only to be spoiled by Vumard. Butterworth goes back in looking for it.
The Roos looking dangerous this quarter, Nobby. They've had a lot more of it than Loxton North so far.
Look, their determination to get their hands on the footy in the pack has raised again. I think they're feeling that if they're not at least near or close to the score of Loxton North, they can't win this game.
So the ball comes towards the centre of the field. There's Drugamuller. He kicks into the attacking 50. Wesley's the target again. He flies. Gets some hands on it, but can't mark it. Freeman's now got the footy. Dishes it at Spilios. Spilios, shot on goal. He looks all right. He's happy. And there's another goal for the Barmera Monash Roos.
Now, Lockie, that is the Surf to Seat Loxton goal of the day. That is now pole position in that particular award. That was a lovely kick by Spilios. Onto his left foot. Snapped it around the body. Probably a kick that someone like in the AFL would be pretty happy with. Maybe a Carlton full forward might be comfortable with a kick like that.
It was a great bit of play. Great attack into their attacking 50. A quick set of handballs. Great vision from Freeman to bring it over. And Spilios took the game on, slotted the goal from 35 out. And the Roos are now back in the hunt. 18 trials, 25.
7-point game in favour of the Panthers. Sampson moving himself into the middle to pick up Scott Lewis.
These conditions suit the Barmera Monash Roos, and if they can't make something out of today, well, yep. I don't know what day's going to suit them
nice
better.
hit out from Sherpick into Lewis's favour. Sherpick follows up, toes the ball forward, and who should pick it up but a left Theriatis. Good work by Sherpick there. Followed up his own ruck tap out.
Looks for Jack Opes. Great mark.
Interesting. Opes or Schinkel? It's
No,
Opes.
that's
Opes
Opes.
forward. Yes, Opes forward. I was looking at his doppelganger, or is it Max Schinkel's doppelganger?
Yeah.
Is Opes.
So Jack Opes now for the Panthers. Can he return that lead?
Inspirational move, pushing him forward.
He'll be kicking from 45-degree angle.
Needs to go this side. Needs to start the ball this side. He has done that. It's coming back.
Oh, it's missed.
Not enough.
Umpire Sticks McKinnon says no goal.
Which
just behind.
takes the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard to 3-8-26, leading Barmera Monash 2-6-18, an 8-point margin. The ball comes back out. Opes again. No, yes, it is Opes. That's the other part that's tough with that. Schinkel 22, Opes 27. From a distance, they both look like the same.
Ball up, all flies. No one able to mark it. It's a hot footy in the Panther attacking 50.
Look, while there's a heck of a breeze rolling down the ground, it seems to be okay to play into it.
Loxton North kicking to the Yacht Club end.
Look, that's the Barmera Monash Royal Yacht Club. Rocky.
Ball out of the back of the contest. Justin Proud's got the footy. Handballs doesn't find the target. Kudra's there, he dives on it, out of bounds, and it's a ball in, 10 around from the north goal.
So almost all footballers in the Loxton North forward lines only 3 pairs of players out of the defensive
Jake
area.
Smith gets the crumbs out of the contest, gets it out, but it finds its way to Joel Worsfold on half forward for the Panthers. Sells the candy, decides to drive it back into the attacking 50. Ball spilled, no one able to mark it. Lewis got his hands on it late, but...
Look, there's a fair bit of push and shove in that pack, and I think fortunately the umpire made the mark rather than the pushing, because the pushing was going on from both sides.
Yeah, it was Mock there that got the kick away.
Sherbeck gets a hand to it. Wesley having a good quarter, Adam Wesley for Loxton North. All misses his teammate with the handball, but goes back for it and finds Matthew Fletcher, who gets shut down by the Barmera Monash. Wesley.
Dan Wesley. And then Freeman went over the footy. Might have thought take an eye, but play onto the call. D. Michelle gets a kick away, but Adam Wesley read that beautifully and mopped it up.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate for Barmera Monash. They had a couple of players loose out a bit wider. Oh, nice mark under pressure by Caleb Coney there.
Dan Wesley was on then. If he got a hand to it and was able to mop it up, that would have been another goal, because he would have ran right into it.
Some of the disposal becoming pretty untidy here and turning the ball over for both sides.
Just looking at that flag, the bottom of Barmera's Barwell Avenue, Nobby, it's now blowing even harder.
Tap out from Freeman, but straight to, here we go, here goes Kudra. He's got the jets on. 1-2, gets the ball back, tries to break a tackle. Over to Kent. Kent, he farms it on even further. Loxton North player a little bit unfortunately. I thought he may be getting a bit of tension before he had control of the footy. Oh, nice kick from Barmera. Finds Michelle. This will be 25 metres. Hample making sure that, actually Wilden it is, didn't play on.
That's Wilden with the footy. He's got the ball in the centre square.
Drives it forward, long to square.
Looks for Wesley.
Over the top comes Wesley. Wesley to Wesley.
Unable to mark it. And there's Fletcher for the Panthers. Gets a good handball that to Scott Lewis in the back pocket. He kicks up the half-back. Finds Caleb Coney.
Yep.
Just hold station for a second. We're in the long sleeves this afternoon. Oh, a wayward kick, and it's found the ruse.
Just shoots that pass over the top of Dylan Theriatis, and his Barmera Monash defender swipes in over the back and picks up an easy one.
Riley Haig, he just, unfortunately, he's just gone out of bounds.
Touched by Ben Drugamiller. That will be a throw-in.
Umpire's just going to have a quick chat here.
Yep. I think it was touched.
Field umpire. Kayla Suriotis out there today, doing a great job as always.
Yeah, is she ever. Yep.
So it's going to be a ball in.
When the umpire gets back into the field to play with the football.
Barmera Monash coach Fraser Sampson is coming to the bench for a bit of a rest.
So 9-point lead to Loxton North here with 6 minutes to go on the Murray Pest Control clock in the third quarter here at Lakeside Oval.
So 10 metres outside the Barmera Monash forward 50. Can the Roos get another one? And we're going to have an absolute ripping contest in the fourth quarter.
Barmera, Hodgson tries to bring the ball out. Umpire giving him the benefit of the doubt. He tried to come out backwards, couldn't get out, couldn't get clear of the pack with the ball to dispose of it.
Wind is picking up, those palm trees are blowing even harder. Ball now in the attacking 50 for the Roos.
Freeman to Drugamiller driving the ball forward, but unfortunately out of bounds without anyone touching it. So Schinkel will bring it back into play for Loxton North.
So,
it's actually Petch.
He's going to hand it to Petch. It's Dylan. Just going to decides against the switch, probably the right move. Kicks up the line. And
finds Vumard. A bit of a helicopter punt, but Vumard up to the challenge, takes the mark right on the defensive 50 line for Loxton North.
Good mark from Vumard. Vumard, small kick, looks for Coney. He managed to mark it. That's Caleb.
Gee whiz, he's good in the air.
Caleb gets it around quickly, kicks up the line. But a good intercept mark for the Roos. Barmera Monash. Can they make something from this? That's Bonnie again.
Bonnie again. He
looks for Hodgson at half forward.
Bonnie's getting plenty of it across half back, which has released Sampson onto the ball.
Butterworth manages to get a handball out to Jake Smith. They drive it up to half forward, but intercept mark from Vumard from the Panthers.
Under the pump, gets his kick out wide. to a teammate who it's Eckerman, breaks one tackle, gets the handball out to Kent, back to Eckerman, who stepped over the line before he could kick it.
And that was out of bounds. We saw it right in front of us here. So we're going to get a ball in right in front of us here in the commentary position. What do we got? Just short of 17 minutes played on the Murray Pest Control clock. It's Loxton North 27 leading the Barmera Monash Roos 18. Round 8 Riverland Football League action on 5RM.
Yeah, 1 goal for this quarter, 1 goal to this quarter to 1 point. So not much on the scoreboard action, but plenty of play around the footy.
Fraser Sampson from the bench just directing a bit of traffic.
Hampel getting his hand to the ball first. The Junkyard Dog coming out with a touch on it, but ball out of bounds right in front of us, Lockie, at the commentary position here, the central commentary position.
Yeah, it's always a good spot here at the Lakeside Oval. We always enjoy calling games from the Lakeside. Oh, ball in, Freeman and Hampel.
Hampel again looking for Eckerman, but out come Barmera Monash with the football.
So you're going to get a free kick here. Umpire's going to call it back.
Ben Drugamiller did what he thought was right and played to advantage. Unfortunately, the umpire had blown the whistle a second time, which meant it was coming back for a free kick.
So it's going to be Barker with the footy, but as you said, Nobby, while this is going on, Loxton North are able to flood back.
Push back. Yeah. Drugamiller still a short option here.
So Barker decides to centre the ball, kicks to the middle of the attacking 50. Can anyone mark it? No, ball spills over the back.
Was Fletcher having a crack at it, couldn't quite bring it in.
Wilden works hard. Can he find a teammate? Manages to get a fist on it. Umpire says incorrect disposal.
Yeah, you always get found out when there's just one hand knocking the ball.
Oh, Coney. He brings the football to Nelson.
Goes to Eckerman.
Lakeside. Eckerman able to mark it. Drugamiller dives on it and holds it in. Great bit of play from Ben Drugamiller from the Roos.
Eckerman almost looked like he was at work there, having a look up a tunnel, looking for something in the blocking it. He just dived in. He doesn't fear anything, that young fella.
So a ball up. Hampel gets the advantage in the contest. Out of the ruck.
Kudra looking for the ball. Gets the handball out to Schenkel, who gets it quickly onto the boot and finds Dylan Leftheriadis at the back of the 50-metre line for the quick switch across the ground to Loxton North to Scott Lewis, who looks for Kudra in a literally acres of space.
Kudra's got a paddock. Kicks up to the attacking 50. Finds Jonty Coney. Jonty Coney plays on. Decides against passing off, kicks into the goals, has it made it?
Yes, it has.
And Jonty Coney gets his second for the day.
And the 2 fingers up from Sticks McKinnon down there in his 200th game. Goes across to grab both flags and wave them up.
So the Panthers extend the lead.
Second goal for Coney today.
Now out to 2 goals.
And only 2 minutes left in the quarter on the Murray Pest Control clock, Lockie. So it's almost going to be honours even, which is not what Barmera Monash were looking like, and they've had, you'd say, the majority of the play.
Yeah, think? Definitely it has been their quarter, and a lot of inside 50s.
Yep.
But credit where it's due. Panthers, both teams' defences are phenomenal today, it must be said. So we're still on for a thrilling fourth quarter. The Roos have just got to get to 3/4 time and not lose another goal. So out of the ball up.
Worsfold again trying to bring the ball clear for Loxton North and getting a lot of attention. Gee whiz, if we're at Willis Medal night this year and he doesn't get the 3 for this game, I didn't come here today.
So the Panthers drive it up to half forward. Caleb Coney's in there. And the Roos are going to get a free here. So they're going to have one last roll of the dice here with what time's left. They'll have to be quick, but they might be able to score that one back.
He's saying that like you go home and look through. He has been head and shoulders above. There's been a lot of other players who've had an influence on the game, but none as much as he.
Coney brings it wide, finds Riley Haig, but
handball over the top to Proud, a long way from home. But here we go, slicks it out to Justin Proud, his cousin, who is in literally a paddock.
Kicks out, he's slotted it, Justin's happy. And the Panthers slot another. And it has been an unfortunate end of the quarter for the Barmera Monash Roos.
So, Barmera Monash coach coming to the bench for his spell and his rotation. So, on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard, Loxton North going to 5-8-38 to Barmera Monash 2-6-18, a 20-point lead. Is it the first 1 to 5 wins?
Well,
or have we got another quarter to play?
I did say 5 goals might win it today, and it just might. Look, goal of the day on us so far for Surf to Suit Loxton. It's going to be a tough battle between Jonty Coney and Spilios from the Roos, I reckon, for that one. The judges are working hard to work that out.
Gee, there's a wise head. Joey Hermanson standing next to Fraser Sampson down there, giving a little bit of assistance to the coach. Gee whiz, there's not too much Joey doesn't know about football or hasn't done.
So, can we see another roll of the dice this third quarter? No, it appears not. It's Kudra with the Panthers. He takes the ball to the forward flank. Handballs over to Worsfold. Worsfold now kicks into the 50. Looks for a target in the middle. Justin Proudzetsu looking for an easy kick out the back, but it comes out out of the attacking 50.
Nice mark, Adam Wesley. He's had a very good quarter this quarter for the Panthers. He's sort of a new player to the team, but I think he's going to be a very valuable player by the end of the year.
So Barmera Monash did pretty well to clear that one out, but it's come straight back in.
Handball out of the pack.
The Panthers are going to have another crack here.
Ogle in there for Barmera Monash, looking to get a handle on it.
Ball to the bottom of the pack, and we're going to get a ball up, and I reckon time is going to escape them. 25 seconds to run on the Murray Pest Control clock.
I was just about to say, had Kudra got loose out there and they kicked that goal, that was going to be open the floodgates for me, if they haven't already been opened.
So the Roos can't afford to leak a goal here, but the Panthers still won. Kudra wheels around on his left foot, but it's a great mark there in mock for the Roos. You just got to hold on to it here and not lose another goal. Finds Hodgson. There it is, three-quarter time. It's Loxton North leading, 5-8-39 to the Barmera Monash Roos, 2-6-18. A big
21-point lead
quarter to come.
21-point lead to the Panthers after leading by 15 at half-time. They've extended their lead by a goal. They're going to be tough to roll from here.
It's going to be a big fourth quarter at 5am football. Let's throw back to Trevor Scott in the studio and find out what's going on. Trevor, over to you. Also got Mock maybe going up forward there, Nobby. That might be an interesting one.
Yeah, they have. I think it might be too little too late, Lockie, to be honest with you. I would have been doing something in that third quarter. They needed to break that game open in the third quarter. They needed to come to the three-quarter time siren level with Loxton North. And unfortunately, they're trailing by 20 points. And that means they've got to kick at least 4 goals more than Loxton North to win it.
Those grey clouds are starting to get a bit closer to the Lakeside Oval too, Nobby. Could we see some rain this quarter? We'll find out. This is 5am football.
20 minutes of action. Judge Sherpick, great hit out to Kudra, rolling through at speed but couldn't quite gather it in. Barker comes back with it for Barmera Monash. Pulled to the ground by Worsfold. That's what I was saying earlier, fellas. It's not just what he's doing with the footy, it's what he's doing when he hasn't got it as well, Worsfold.
Ball through the middle, finds its way to Jordan Freeman for the Roos. He kicks into the attacking 50. Who's the target? Who's home?
That was
one.
Adam Wesley
spills
first
forward.
the ball there.
Wesley at the bottom of the pack gets a wild handball out, but it's the Loxton North Panthers that managed to clear it out, and it's found its way to Kudra on centre wing.
You know how you said to me last time these two sides played, Loxton North ran out of petrol? There's a bloke that's not going to run out of petrol, Alec Kudra. Gets the ball out quickly to Eckerman. Eckerman drives it forward, looking for...
And that's just gone straight out of bounds. This would be a kick to the Roos here.
It is.
And that's the 21 of Jack Albright that's going to have the kick. Is he going to go the switch? He's got Sullivan in the square screaming for it.
Don't switch it this way, son. Ryan Proud's holding out here.
Just up the line, looks for a target, doesn't go full short, and Mason Eckerman for the Panthers holds onto it and just takes it to ground and we'll get a ball up.
It's a young Eckerman there. He's always playing the footy. I reckon if you were stopped for a half a second, you let that roll out and got the free kick.
Certainly been in amongst it this afternoon. So a ball in outside the Panthers 50.
But Mason, see ball, get ball, so I understand the way he plays.
Wrapped up again, and another ball up we'll have.
Yeah, there's been some good efforts here today.
Might just have a quick look on the weather radar and see if we might see some rain this quarter. Those clouds are just getting darker. And just looking over the lake, Nobby, it looks actually not too bad over the back there, but the clouds from the back of the township here at Barmera, it looks like there could be some rain.
Barmera out on the wing here, and out goes Hodgson. Goes through centre wing for Barmera, looks up, and looking for he was looking for Lima, but Wesley finds the ball on his chest, looks straight up and finds D. Michelle.
It's Wilden.
It's Wilden, sorry, again, yes.
So Matt Wilden with the footy.
Look, he's had a fair day for Loxton.
Oh, yeah.
For Barmera Monash. He's given him a little bit.
He's going to have a shot. What's he kicking from, Nobby? 40 metres, 30-degree angle maybe?
Yeah, they need it. That's an understatement, isn't it?
So Wilden wastes no time. He knows the importance of it. Ball on its way. Looks like it's fading. No. It hasn't made the distance. It spills forward. Hodgson was there. Panther defenders to wrap it up. Oh, they're going to tackle. The Roos are getting it free here.
Plays on quickly.
That was
Mock and misses everything.
Does that mean doesn't get the free? No.
Yep.
Minor score.
Gee whiz, he needed to go back, clear his head and kick the goal if his team was going to be a chance. Yep. Nelson brings the ball clear from the back line and kicks it bigger than I've ever seen him kick a ball. Maybe he has got a fair wind behind him there.
Riley Haig flew for the mark for the Roos, but unable to mark it. They've managed to get possession here, a couple of quick handballs. There's Butterworth. What can he do here? Takes it wider. Looks for Whitbourne. He wasn't able to get it. He got Fraser Sampson. He handballed when he was tackled. Now it's Whitbourne. What can they do here?
Oh, the loose handball by Lewis. Gets into
Jack
centre
Barker
by Barmera
with the footy. Play onto the call. Sampson now. They're still in the attacking 50. The Roos need a goal here if they're any hope this game. Wrapped up, taken to ground. No. Umpire says, no, it's going to be a ball up. So the Roos have got out of that with a ball up. Still in their attacking 50. They've got to make something from this. 3.5 minutes played, fourth quarter.
They're rolling the dice here, the Roos, to try, and rightfully so, to try and get on the scoreboard. But did you see how far clear Alec Kudra was of the pack there?
Yeah, he was 2 plays ahead, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So a ball up, 45 metres out from Barmera's goal. Can they score something out of this? The Panthers get a soccer out of the contest. Kudra running onto the footy, got a hand to it, still loose. Now he picks it up, gets a handball out, looks for Dylan Elthiriadis. Dylan lefty and
he's had a
Freeman.
Good second half. He's given him a little bit of drive
Foot
forward.
race for the footy. Soccer's in front of himself. Justin Proud's in there. He barrels over it. And now the Roos managed to get this one. They got out of jail there through Drugamulla. Kicks up.
Oh,
Jake Smith was the target.
courageous effort there by Ekman. Reached up with one hand, got his hand on the ball. Reaching up like that, running backwards in front of Jake Smith, a junkyard dog coming full pelt. Just shows you how courageous Ekman is.
So a ball in, Townside wing. No one able to take advantage, and we'll have a ball up.
Yep. Sherpick to Scott Lewis there, but Lewis couldn't get out of the pack. That one going to Hodgson. Hodgson getting it to Drugamore. This time shoots the ball forward, but Loxton North player in front takes the mark at half back. And that's Petch, I reckon, isn't it?
Yep, that's Dylan Petch with the short sleeves. Now Petch with the footy on half back.
It's a fair kick of the ball. Been called to play on. Round his opponent.
Getting the hurry up.
Onto the left.
Tackled as he kicked it. Wasn't holding the ball, but Butterworth picks it up. Looks up into the attacking 50. Looks for a target. Manages to find a player and handballs back, but it's out of bounds.
What happened there with Petch is typical of the way Loxton North play, and they keep playing like they just keep rolling the dice. Whereas normally you'd sit back and say, look, we're 20 points up. I'm going to go back here and just drive this as far forward as I can. But that's not the style they play.
Just looking at the radar, Nobby, it appears that it could be a bit in this.
Free kick here to Hodgson at... free kick to Aidan Hodgson at half forward, right on the 50 mark. Shoots it into the middle. Oh, a little bit of a help forward there by his Loxton North opponent, and the free kick will come back. Is that Mock again, Lockie?
I reckon that is Mock, gone up forward this quarter.
Come on, Trevor, if you're listening, Trevor, Deputy Mayor Trevor Scott, can you
Mock.
get onto the council and get these brand new lights turned on? We're
say
nearly in darkness
it's
here.
very dark here at the lakeside. These clouds that are coming over. Just looking at the radar, Nobby, there could be a bit of activity on the way.
Beautiful LED lights, cost next to nothing to run. Let's have them on, guys.
Mock has his shot. He's kicked it, and it's just short of the
Wesley.
pocket.
If that mark's paid, that's Wesley there in the forward pocket. No, out on the full. It's beyond the boundary line.
So it's the Panthers with the footy in the back pocket.
Well,
What can they do with this?
It's come wide, and another good mark taken, this time by Josh Nelson. Gee whiz, he's taken a couple of nice marks.
So Nelson with the footy in the back pocket. 38 plays 18, 7 minutes played, fourth quarter. No one able to mark it on centre wing.
Oh, nice little back turn by Coney, but couldn't get the ball clear of the pack, and that'll be a ball up right in front of us. I'll tell you what, if you were keeping stats on the game, I know he'd be top of the list. It'd be Josh Nelson, and that's even without the kick-ins from points.
Freeman gets the good tap away, but finds Joel Worsfold for the Panthers. Gets his way to Alec Kudra. Kudra wheels back inside, kicks into the attacking 50, centre of the 50. Ryan Proud's the target, spills over the back, taken to ground. He's been he tried to sold the candy, and umpire Todd Shelton saw straight through it. He's still asking, what was that for, Todd? I was being held onto, and Todd said, no, mate, you dived there, buddy.
I think Proudy's working on maybe you get the next one.
So the Roos got the free kick out of that, but it didn't go too far.
Great bit of team football. I know we haven't called his name a lot today, but the vice-captain, Tyson Kent, he's done a lot of the hard work. The block and shepherd he put on for Kudra there to allow him to burst through is another thing you're probably not going to see on the stat sheet, Lockie.
So a ball in, just on the cusp of the 50 for Loxton North, now kicking to the Bowls Club end here at the Lakeside this afternoon.
And I think that might have been the difference between the two teams today. Barmera and Monash have worked hard, there's no questioning that, but whether they've had a teammate in there helping to block to help them, ball coming out of that pack, Kudra again.
Josh Nelson is up forward now, bombs it long into the attacking 50.
He's
Ryan Proud
over
the back, but he's left it to go out of bounds.
Fair bit of shoving going on in those packs, and I think Proud he's in the middle of most of it, but he's not the only one.
So a ball in. You'd have to think a goal here to Loxton North would make it a whole heap more difficult for Barmera and Monash.
I think it's already a mountain too high to climb, Lockie, with only 11 minutes left on the Murray Pest Control clock, 11 minutes of game time.
38 plays 18, the home side Barmera and Monash trail.
It's turned into a bit of a scrum around the ball, and everywhere the ball's going at the moment, there's just 5 or 6 or 8 players around it. Yeah. And the only way Barmera and Monash are going to kick enough goals in the time left is to try and burst free of these packs and get it in the open.
Certainly getting more windy out here this afternoon. Nobby at the lakeside. That flag is still very much pointed towards the Bowls Club end.
Nice work by Wesley there. He's on his own brother too. It was a hip and shoulder, but I think he's winded his brother. Worsfold back out to Wesley, who carried on the football, drives it to Proud. I don't reckon anyone's touched this.
Spills over the back.
I don't reckon this has been touched.
Sullivan was chasing that. That's a goal.
It hasn't. It's cleared everyone. Even Proud, who's normally one of the best controllers of a football around, he couldn't get his hands on it.
He has kicked that from 65, 70 metres. That has come from just on the edge of the centre square, went through the contest, straight through.
Look, his second half, Adam Wesley's been very good, and now he's added the goal to it, and I would say that's the sealer if they already weren't in front by enough.
Is it party time now for the Panthers, Nobby?
I think Panthers have got to keep working on their percentage, just keep playing to the final siren. That'll be important by the end of the year because there's sides that don't have good percentage. Loxton's one of them. Barmera protect theirs, so they have a pretty good percentage because they keep other sides to not much of a score.
44 plays, 18 on the Aquatic League Control Australia scoreboard.
Top, getting first hand on that. But unfortunately, Barmera bring the ball out of the middle.
Finds its way to Wilden, but the Panthers on half-back.
Here it is.
Calm and precise, managed to work it through Worsfold. Kicks up the wing. Justin Proud, the target. Punch forward from Bonnie.
He's had a good effort as a fill-in player today, hasn't he?
Justin Proud, yeah. Probably holding on to his spot. Could be some pressure on spots. We know
he's formerly a very good A-grade footballer, but he shows it must be just like riding a bike. He hasn't forgotten about it.
So a ball in. I think it might have been the lack of pre-season that may have seen him out of the ones for the first part of this season at Nobby.
Well, there's nothing like game time to get your fitness up, is there?
I don't know if that's intentional, though, not to be selected in the ones. There's a few players. You used to do a bit of that, didn't you, Nobby? You could have played A-grade if you went to training. That's what they say.
I don't know about that, Lockie. I was a prisoner of gravity, and which meant I had no speed.
So the Roos still having a crack. Freeman with the footy on the wing. Kicks up, looks for a target.
Look, I tell you what, Fletcher has not had much of the ball, but I don't reckon he's lowered his colours all day out there. Here we go, ball back to Kent, breaks clear of the Barmera Monash tackle, drives it long towards Justin Proud, clears the pack, and here he is, Coney, on his left, and drills it.
Slotted it, and that's is another goal of the day contender for Surf to suit Loxton. I think you might have already had it, but
that's his third goal of the day. Young Jonty Coney, and gee whiz, if they weren't open, the floodgates are well and truly open here at Lakeside. And probably if you're Fraser Sampson and you're thinking we want to play finals footy, we want to make the 4, we've got to finish ahead of Loxton perhaps as the 4th seed and Barmera being the 5th seed, what you got to do now, you cannot win this game, you must protect your percentage. So all of a sudden, players coming back behind the ball, including Sampson himself.
Well, there might be some good news for the Roos finals chances today because I'm just having a quick look at some around the ground
What's
scores.
Happening, Lockie?
Loxton Trail Renmark 36-77, so that very much plays into the hands of Barmera Monash.
Yeah, they need to keep their percentage. Here we go, out of the middle. Boomard to Lewis. Lewis, unfortunately, handballing the ball straight to Fraser Sampson at half-back. He looks out wide and finds Druggermuller, takes it on the second grab at the wing.
Druggermuller down the line, looks for a target.
Wilden couldn't quite bring that one in, and that'll be out of bounds for a throw-in there on the half-forward line for Barmera Monash.
And other games, Nobby, Berry Trail at Waikerie, 4-4-28 to the Magpies, 6-16-52.
Ooh, bad kicking's bad footy, but they're going to get away with it.
No Jack Burgermeister today for the Magpies
lights,
either.
Lights have just come on here with 8 minutes left in the quarter on the Murray Pest Control scoreboard clock. Ball coming forward. Oh, unfortunate. Lewis, he's also had a pretty good game. Mostly not only around the number of possessions, but his efficiency is very high.
Eckerman takes a bounce, kicks over
Coney
the top,
again.
finds Coney.
Wants to get back on his left foot, which he does.
Into the 50.
Goes to the
Ryan
square.
Proud, the target. Oh, minor score.
Proudy letting the umpire know that maybe his Guernsey was being held that time.
51 plays, 14 minutes played, 4th quarter. Barmera Monash, you got to give them admiration. They're still having a crack.
Druggermuller coming forward to take that mark for Barmera Monash. Looking up. finds Mock, who gets on with it quickly to Wilden. Back to Mock from Barmera Monash.
Well,
Goes
got the
around
fend
his
off.
player with the old don't argue. Drives it forward looking for Dan Wesley. Couldn't bring it in, and his brother comes away with it, Adam for Loxton North, but he chips it straight back to Mock. Turns it over. Handballs out to Butterworth. Drives the ball in forward. And that is Freeman's picked up. He's a left footer. He's in the pocket. I'm not going to say he's in the right pocket too. Well, the right pocket for a left footer.
When we first saw Jordan Freeman playing aggro footy,
Yep.
a lot in the back lines,
Yep.
and then he's since then been in the ruck. But I know it's a bit robbing Peter to pay Paul, but is he the key forward they need?
In this case, robbing the ruck.
Yeah.
You mean Jordan?
Yeah.
Robbing Jordan to pay Jordan.
Yeah. Ball on
his
the
left
way.
foot, Steve sticks McKinnon
It's a
likes
goal.
it. And
He slotted it. So 3 goals now, Barmera Monash. 3-16, 3-6, 24. Leading, or trailing rather, Loxton North.
best
51.
passage of play today for the Barmera Monash Roos, and they had players ahead of them, running for them, working for them in the defensive pocket. But Freeman, to his credit, backed himself in, moved into that pocket deep, knowing his left foot would help him get it through the big white ones.
It's a little bit like Brodie Thompson from Berry. He's probably their best full forward, but he's also their best ruckman.
Well, as an old,
so you can only play him one
the
spot.
only problem with footy, Lockie, is you can't kick it to yourself.
No. And I think Barmera Monash are learning that
Look
one
at
a bit this
Kudra chase
afternoon.
this ball out of the middle. No one's touched it yet from the boundary stripe.
So Drugamullah with the footy. It was a
Ooh.
loose handball, and the Panthers have managed to get possession. Dylan Lefty has a bounce. He's in the attacking 50. A kick around the
Whoa.
corner, check side from straight in front.
Took a
He
bounce.
slots it.
I tell you what, Lockie, that has just edged everyone out of the surf-to-seat Loxton goal of the day. I'll tell you why. Not because of it's obviously junk time to an extent, but he took them on. He took a bounce, ran around a couple, stayed on his right foot with a little bit of a check side, and just cleared the 3 players in the goal square to get a goal.
He made it harder for himself.
Oh,
by
yeah. Well, that's
taking a
what
bounce.
That's what you've got to do if you're going to get the surf-to-seat Loxton goal today. You've got to bring the point of difficulty up.
And instead of wheeling around on the preferred, well, still on the preferred foot, but decided to go the check side from almost straight in front. The lights on here at the Lakeside this afternoon.
Good work, Deputy Mayor Scott, for getting that to happen for us.
Flick the switch over the contest.
Here's Kudra again out of the
Kudra.
middle.
Kicks up. Fraser Sampson for the Roos. Clears it out. Someone tried to tackle, but Sampson broke it.
Yeah, no one to really go to.
No one's home.
No,
Not a bad mark there.
Yeah, nice mark. Nice.
That's Butterworth.
Sort of Growers Services Riverland mark of the day almost. Shoots it up to Lehman, is it?
Lehman wheels around quickly.
Yeah. Rare touch for him today.
If the
Long
Roos
way
are any
from
hope,
goals.
they're going to have to be quick.
Oh, look at that. That's a nice mark, Adam Wesley. He's taken his brother to the cleaners here at the moment.
So Adam Wesley kicks up the line, but intercept mark.
It's Rory Moore. Takes the mark, shoots it back into...
Here's Freeman.
Yep.
He'd be in and amongst Barmera Monash's better players today, I would have thought.
Yeah,
Nobby.
started off well in the ruck, although I reckon he had his colours lowered by Sherpig in the ruck, but he's doing a little bit forward of centre at the moment.
So Barker with the footy. Top of the...
He's had a little bit of it too.
Top of the 50. It's a wobbly old kick. No one able to mark it for his side, and I think he's injured himself after the kick. Oh no, he's back up. So it's a free kick up the ground. That's Aidan Hodgson with the footy.
Hodgson or Butterworth?
No, that's Hodgson, 16. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, it is the 15.
Yeah, Butterworth, he wins a lot of the ball, but you find he wins it sort of outside.
Oh.
You've got to make it pay when you get opportunities
score.
like that. So it takes the scoreboard, the aquatic weed control scoreboard to Loxton North 8-9-57, Barmera Monash 3-7-25, a 32-point margin to the Panthers, which if you'd offered them that at the start of the day, they said thank you very much. Ball back here to Barmera Monash, looking for, just gets hold of it, does Aidan Hodgson, and drives it forward to find the chest of a teammate who's 20 metres out from goal. And I reckon that might be Wilden again, is it?
Yeah, it's Matt Wilden.
Yep. He's done everything he can.
Gets onto it quickly. Slots it home. Umpire Steve McKinnon's happy. That's a goal.
Sticks gets him up again.
So they bring the margin back to 4 goals. But it's going to be all too late. Nearly 20 minutes played on the Murray Pest Control clock in this one. 57 plays 30. Barmera Monash still having a crack. That percentage could be the difference later in the year, Nobby.
Well, saving it is what could be the difference for Barmera, and because they'd slipped 32 points behind to get back to only, well, it's 33. It's 23 points, I reckon, maybe less. Let's have a look. Come on, boys. The boys on the scoreboard are running out of puff tea. 4-6-30 plays 8-9-57, a 27-point margin in favour of Loxton North. And who should become steaming out of the middle? Couldn't quite get his hands on it. Was Kudra. Held up. Back to Paul Spillers. Has to get back onto his left foot. But a nice pass. Excellent mark taken there by Mock. He's given him something at centre-half forward. Josh Nelson's come out and intercepted that mark for Loxton North just out of the goals. See how they play straight on Loxton North. Not frightened. It's the brand of footy they play.
Yeah, finds Schenkel. Yeah. He drives it wide. Scott Lewis is there.
Lewis sort of running on a treadmill.
Oh, Sampson for the Roos got there, but wrapped up pretty quickly, and he's going to get a free kick here. It was a high tackle.
Off they go again.
Wastes no time.
Across to Whitbourne.
Whitbourne, the number 19.
He shoots it back out towards his teammate, but Loxton North covering it quickly enough. Barmera kicking it on.
Here's Jake Smith. Yep. Handballs back to Butterworth. Still outside there, attacking 50. Drills it in, and not a bad mark there from Reece Lehman.
Now, that is a beautiful kick of the football to Lehman, who gave him a great lead. Turns around and plays on.
Waste no time. Finds, I reckon there might be Sullivan there with the footy.
On the left foot, looking for the round the corner.
Got the mark in the pocket.
That's Jack Sullivan, you're thinking, is it, Lockie?
Yes. Just double check. I'm going to have to go outside. We're a little bit obscured here at the lakeside.
On the left, he's given it a lot of air. McKinnon, the goal umpire, under it. He likes it. There's another goal. Just waiting for confirmation on the goal kicker. Jack Sullivan, was it, Lockie?
Just trying to look here and see.
Don't fall off the commentary position, will you?
Well, it's a bit breezy out here, it must be said.
I'm going to give it to him anyway. Subject to correct weight. So that narrows the margin back to 17 points, which is 3 goals, but there's only 2.5 minutes left in the game on the Murray Pest Control. And using Lethal Lee Matthews' formula, if there's more goals required than minutes left, you can't do it.
Sullivan or Mock on that one?
I've given it to Sullivan.
All right, we'll roll with that.
Because I think Mock had the ball further up the ground.
Yeah, I think it might.
Here we go. Hampel takes the ball in the middle. Tries to bring it out, but Freeman back on the ball and picks up a free kick, Freeman.
So Freeman with the footy.
2.5 minutes left on the Murray Pest Control clock of game
to Jake
time.
Smith. He wastes no time, drills it up forward. Oh, and the Roos might get a 25-metre penalty here. A bit of a late tap after
time. And
handballs quickly to Wilden. Wilden wheels around. Kicks into the attacking 50 feather. Can anyone mark it from the Roos? Jordan Freeman was the target. No one able to mark it, and we'll get a ball up 10 metres out. Barmera goal.
8-9-57 plays 5-8-36. 21 points. Need 4 goals. It ain't going to happen in just under 2 minutes to play. Barmera Monash, to their credit, gee whiz, they certainly haven't given up the ghost, have they?
Looking back at it now, it's almost those 2 late goals in that
so it's a
third quarter.
It's a 3-goal game now. 3 goals in favour of Loxton North. Adam Wesley steamed out of fence. Gee whiz, he's had a second half to behold. Out to Kudra. Here he goes. Big handball over the top into the running space of Justin Proud.
It's Kent.
No, Kent, sorry. He had plenty of toes. Still pushing it forward.
Kent.
Still got it.
Kicks
now
from
that, Lockie, if that goes through...
Has he slotted it?
Now he has just overtaken any other player in the surf-to-suit Loxton goal of the day. He's just knocked off his teammate, Dylan Leftheriadis, to be the goal of the day kicker.
So Tyson Kent, he's been a bit quieter today as per his standards, but certainly gave us a highlight then. 24 minutes played, 4th quarter Riverland football on 5RM from the Lakeside Oval.
I think you'll find why Tyson's been quiet is because he's had a few jobs to do, and he's had to provide the strength around the football you'd normally see Tom Aleftheriadis provide to the Panthers. So he's had to do that as well, and you do against Barmera because they're players like Smith and Drugamuller and Co. and even Freeman. They're strong in around the ball, and Barker. So you've got to come to play against the Roos. Hample to Worsfold, no. Ball comes out from Butterworth, yep, for Barmera. Puts it on top of his teammate at centre half forward. Who's Hodgson? Gee whiz, he goes all right, doesn't he, that lad?
Hodgson
comes out of the pack, snaps it towards the goal, and Dan Wesley this time finally gets hold of a foot. He's 35 metres out.
25 minutes played.
45-degree angle with less than a minute to go.
Dan Wesley. We're in the sleeves for the Roos this afternoon. Ball's on the way.
Done way too much with it. Drifts left on the breeze for a point.
So 5-9, 39. Barmera Monash trails Loxton North 9-9-63.
24-point margin to the Panthers.
Getting closer to this game.
With 39 seconds left on the clock.
It would appear.
Oh, lovely mark from Worsfold. And that's just the cherry on top of the cream for Worsfold, and a great game he's had. Shoots it out to Coney.
Good mark there.
Who is going to feature in some of the awards or today. I think Lockie's had a great game as well.
Yeah, Jonty Coney drives it up centre wing.
Yep.
Kent's the target. Unable to mark it.
Here he comes. Try and get hold of this bloke.
Kudra, he's got 4 Barmera Monash Roos trying to tackle him. Handballs over to Kent. He fell over while he marked it.
It was the old look away handball, and there we go.
There it is, full time. It's Loxton North victorious, 9-9-63 to Barmera Monash, 5-9-39. We're going to quickly cross back to Trevor Scott in the Sideline View studio, and then we'll do our awards straight after this. Trevor Scott, back to you.